Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Football Manager 2017. We're playing as Ayr United. We've got 3 more fixtures left to go before the end of the season, and today we're playing Morton at the Capillo Park over here. We are playing mostly our second stringer team, again, just trying to round out our sharpness on a few backup players, just in case, we are going to need to rely on them, and also reduce the chance of injuries on our primary players over here, since mathematically, we cannot end the season in any other position than 3rd overall in the league, which guarantees our placement in the playoffs. So what we do here, in effect, doesn't matter. So getting up the sharpness is going to be good, although I think my final match of the season, I will be sure to run the full A team, make sure to top off their sharpness, and also hopefully book a win to boost our morale right before we go into the playoffs. We'll see how it goes. We are playing our 4-4-2 diamond narrow configuration here, which is what we developed earlier in the season. We're doing that partially because we don't need to play Alan Forrest right now. His sharpness is okay, although again, we will play him properly before the end of things. And that means we don't really have someone good on right winger. I mean, McGuffey can actually play either wing, but he can't play both at once. So we're going to do this, double striker position. McGuffey's not really in the position that he's literally the most comfortable in at this time, although he's lately... No, I guess it's about the same amount whether we go advance forward or poacher over here, so that's going to be fine. Playing Thomas as the false 9, probably fine. A target man actually would be a better pick for Thomas over here, so we're actually going to do that. And let her rip. Yeah, it's going to be fine. Lacking a sharpness, yes, that's one of the reasons we're playing them. It is actually terrible that Nicky Devlin still isn't quite sharp. Part of that is because he spent a lot of time on the sidelines with a pretty devastating injury for the season. It would be nice if we can get him up to strength for the playoffs because he is our team captain. And it would be great to have our team captain starting the game over there. So, looks like we are the slight favorite over here, although it's going to be tough, barely a favorite. It is going to be hard for us to scrape through a win, especially with our B team going on here. We'll see how it goes. Opposition instruction, we're going to do the standard here where we just encourage people to tightly mark both strikers and also close down on the 2 wings, which I think is probably fine. I don't know. And we're favorites for a reason. I'm trying to mix up my chat over here. Oh, we don't want to go in with control. I want to go in with standard. And actually structured is not what we practiced, but whoops. That's right. I should probably update the other thing. You know what? I'll leave you on flexible here, not to do too much, but standard is definitely what we want, not control. So I'll be calm about it, and say, I expect to see much better performances today because I was a little disappointed last time. There you go. You seem motivated. Excellent. Jamie Thomas, his morale isn't stupendous, which is a little bit unfortunate. And actually, maybe I should have started Craig Moore instead. But it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. So we are in the so-called, I think it's referred to as the red kit, but it looks a little bit like softer colors, a little less saturated. Not exactly pink, but just not the most fiery red that I would imagine here. That was an interesting pass attempt by Ross Doherty. One of our great players, actually, although particularly good because of his incredible defensive potency. I don't know what his passing stat is. I actually think it's probably pretty good. We are looking like we're getting spanked here early on. Big hard shot. Jordan Hart does deflect it. I think did I want to swap in Ross for this? I'm not sure. I think Jordan's still fine. I think maybe I did want to get him a little bit more practice. He's, I think, someone with a lot of potential later on to potentially be, quite a strong goalkeeper for us. That was an interesting mishandling of the ball by Tifoni over there. Well, everyone does a crab walk sideways. And somewhere along the way, they are going to get a free kick. Hart does deflect it away. Wow, it would have actually been really nice if Hart could have kept his hands on that, because unfortunately, this is going to lead to a corner, which makes me feel a little unsafe. What are we looking for here? Big, far post corner. They are going to be able to keep possession, and again, we're just staying on the defense here for the first 5 minutes or so of this match. It has been very solidly in the offense of Morton. That's who we're playing against, right? Although the possession stats don't look quite so overwhelming, especially now. There we go, just a few minutes later. That's it. It's early on. The stats are going to be off. Jamie Adams got the ball, gets it to the center to Ross Doherty, who takes a shot. Was that deflected? Or just missed, I don't know, but it is going to be just a goal kick, so I guess it wasn't deflected by the opposition team. Unfortunately, looks like someone just took a tumble there, which didn't really lead to anything. Probably just a successful tackle is what happened. This Quiltongo guy is so freaking fast. I remember him being a problem. The thing is, we've got... we're telling him to be marked, but... he is so fast. I'm going to take away the marking for him because it might not be possible or reasonable for us to have someone literally following him all the time, and he might just pull people out of position. It might be better for people sit a little deeper behind him, and instead, when he's got the ball, close down on him fast and hard is what I'm going to suggest. You may not be able to just follow him all over the place, and if you do, you'll just get pulled out of position, but when he's got the ball, go for him. It might lead to a penalty inside the box here, which would be very dangerous. Got free kicks. Lots of people looks like they're going down, falling over for things. I didn't actually check to see the referee's stats on how often he issues yellow cards here. Thornburn does get the ball away, but temporarily. Quiltongo tries for a header, which actually was a nice effort, but Hart is easily able to defend that. You know, like, kudos. Anytime you get the head on at that point, it's like, congratulations there. Crawford is going to pull a yellow card here. Overall, though, I can't criticize our players too much. I don't think this is an like exquisitely winning strategy that we're running anymore. This 4-4-2, is it called the Diamond Narrow? I don't think it's as good. I mean, it actually did pretty well for us for a while, but I think that was mostly sort of luck and the unorthodoxy of some of the things we were assembling. Oh, that's scary. That was a very well done play by the other side, and I'm surprised. I think, what did I say? We beat Morton twice and then lost once against them. They seem to be a very solid team. We are, again, running our B-teamers here, so obviously there's going to be a limit to how good we can do. This, a little bit of a mishandling there by Thorburn, but again, who the hell is Thorburn? That's not even a name I recognize. Clearly not one of our primary defenders there, so I think that's going to make a difference. I mean, a lot of goals against here because of the quality of our defense. Thomas gets it over to Ross Doherty, who's going to be pinned down and actually gets the ball taken away from him. Doherty. Oh, it's because you're not set to ball winning. Hold on, we want that. Ball winning midfielder, maybe on support, and Crawford over here. Deep lying playmaker. A little bit more defensive, I think. I think we need a bit more backup back there. I think that's fine. Everyone likes to be ball-winning midfielders. I think we're going to leave things like this, though. There we go. That was a bit of a mistake. Did not have Doherty in the appropriate role. I'm like, why is he up here so often? And he's a stupendous defender, but his actual attacking skills... I mean, I'd have to look at the numbers, but there's a reason we haven't been playing him up there before. And, yeah... Crawford, over to Doherty. Adams, to Thomas, to Kearney. A lot of fast move there, but it was a pretty far shot. That would have been hard to get in there. Shots on goal are relatively even. Oh, even more slightly even now. It's 6-5. But, of course, shots on goal doesn't really matter. It's whether the shots go in. It only takes one. Doherty back to Adams. And yeah, this narrow configuration up front is really making it hard for us to get an angle to get in there. McGuffey, big long shot over there. I wonder if I can, like, tune this in a way. Again, I'm sort of intentionally playing our non-standard comp. What if we went to a regular 4-4-2? I mean, I know we haven't practiced it or anything like that. This middle one. Let's say we set it to a regular 4-4-2. That way we've got people who can come in on the flanks. I don't know if we've got anyone to do that. I mean, mid-game is a really dumb way to do this. But again, I'm sort of hoping to just confuse the AI for the real games. If they're scouting here, they're not going to have any real idea about what the heck is going on. Yeah, people are really not comfortable with that, but I'm okay with it. Sure, let's just do it. It's going to mess up my players so much. But yeah, I think because it's not the two strikers up front, it's having the two strikers and the attacking midfielder up front there just leads to way too much congestion right in front of the goal and no real ability to pass it wider over here. Listen, I'm just going to be calm about it. Like, where's your passion? Do you even want to win? And they're like, you keep making stupid changes. And I'm like, shut up. My changes are awesome. We're going to have to repeat some of these things over here. Do that and use the whip crosses because that's what you've actually practiced. Go ahead and start the second half. They're like, but our comp is still not... It's dumb. I'm like, shut up. It's fine. And we're really not looking to necessarily win. Possession is apparently up to 56%, which is kind of surprising to me. We're going to see a lot of people very confused over here. I'm going to encourage them to play structured. Stick to their positions a little bit more. There's action going down. Some trips and things. It's going to be a yellow card for Peter Murphy. Okay. It was weird that we weren't seeing anything going on here. Camera was just in the wrong place. Free kick does get easily defended here, but they still have possession. How did we do so well with that quote-unquote 4-4-2 diamond narrow? Because now I just see it as being like full of flaws, but it actually did fairly well for us for a while. I suspect it's because we confused the AI. But as we went on with the season, we saw more and more that there was a lot of congestion in front of the goal, and we did a lot of that passing back and forth in front of the center of the goal. Nothing happened, and then eventually they'd be forced to take a long shot that wouldn't go in. So I won't be going back to it. I think the 4-4-2, the regular 4-4-2 is actually going to do better for us, even though that's not the real strategy that I'm going to be pulling into the playoffs. I will be going back to our, is it 4-2-3-1? I don't remember how they numbered that one. I think something like that. One striker, the two wingers, and attacking midfielder. It effectively is still very similar to a dual striker comp, because the attacking midfielder gets a lot of opportunities to make a play, but then you've got the wingers. Like, you've got four people up there who can pretty consistently score. Actually, that was a good pass to Kearney, and back to McGuffey. That was beautiful. I was worried the pass was going to be a little too slow, but the opposing defender did not react quickly enough. Maybe the position. I don't know who it was. Was it this Russell guy? He had actually a lot of time to sort of change his play. It looked a lot faster here than in the original play, so maybe not. Turned out to be a great pass over to Kearney, who then gets it crossed in front, back to McGuffey. Bam! Beautiful shot to the opposite corner. Exceptionally well executed. This Craig McGuffey guy, I like him. I mean, I know the game's still rating him, I think maybe 2 stars or something like that, although he's got a bunch of potential that he'll get there, but I think it's not giving him enough credit. I don't know if it's the raw physicality or the finishing or something like that turns out to be all we need to beat teams at our currently level of play, but he's solid. Quiltongo, I think that was a shot attempt, but I know he must have just mishandled it with his foot, because that went really, really, really wide. All right, 55 minutes in. We'll probably wait at 60, probably like 60, 70, 80 for the substitutions. Okay. It is going to be a corner. I saw something about someone putting his body in front of the shot, so it must have been deflected by an opposition member. Well defended there. It's going to lead to a throw-in, which is considerably less dangerous than a corner kick, but we still have possessions. That's okay. Shots on. 10-9 in our favor, actually. Over to Kearney. Definitely got to pull back to Doherty, who's going to look for a good connecting pass there. And you can see he's hanging a little further back over here, which is how I'm used to seeing Ross Doherty here. McGuffey's got to put it back. Gets it over to Adams, who's, I think, going to have to send it back again if it's not tackled away. Oh, he actually beats the tackle. That's Thomas, the target man, does get over to McGuffey, but he's forced to fire from relatively far away, and that's a pretty hard one. Okay, we're almost at the 60-minute mark. Let's consider what we're going to do here. Brian Gilmore is almost certainly not going to be a starter. I don't know how important it is for us to get something in there for him, but let's see. I don't suppose... where's Kearney over there? I don't suppose you're comfortable. Yeah, you are, actually. So we're going to go and do that. So we'll get someone that's more comfortable over here on the right wing. And I'm leaving in more of the automated behaviors, and that's okay. So that's going to be our first substitute in there. And, yeah. Boom. Good. I mean, I could give him a little talking to, and I probably should more. Whoa! Thorburn might be in trouble. Now, if he gets some cards, it's not the end of the world. I mean, a red card would be very inconvenient, but there we go. How many yellows have we gotten so far? 3! 3-1. How's the foul count? 10-3. Wow, Morton's really being quite cautious. 1-2. Free kick given. It looks like there's a lot of action going on here. Yellow card for Andy Murdoch on the other side. As I say, lots of action that seems to be going on here, but nothing that's being shown to us. I do have the highlights to be relatively conservative. Yeah, they're extended, not comprehensive or anything, but still. Quiltongo again. Ooh, does get fouled by Mihai. Now, is that... Yeah, I don't know. And that's Grant's second card, so it is going to be a red there. We will have to rearrange things, and I think he's going to get a penalty here, isn't he? Now, we need to fill in this gap for sure. So what we're going to do, I'm going to grab sort of an arbitrary person. like that. I mean, I could have 3 in the back and play a central defender as well. Now, of the people that are in... Yeah, I mean, Peter Murphy, yes, but that's just going to keep moving this down. Do we have someone... Jamie Adams can sort of play defender, but not great. Might be time for another sub, actually. If we do this, and I still need someone who's defensively minded here, so defensive ball-winning midfielder is going to be okay. So we made a bit of a change here. Maybe we don't play the 2 strikers, I'm wondering. You know, could we pull someone back a little bit to attacking midfielder, because it'll still give it a little bit more presence in the midfield? I don't know. I think this is going to be okay. Yeah, we've already used 1 true substitution, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer before I do another one. Who's the least comfortable in their role? That would be Mr. Robbie Crawford over here. But I don't think we've got a better substitute in any way, not even from the bench, so that's going to have to be what it's going to be. I mean, I can pull people a little tighter into the middle here. But no, that's going to be fine. What we should probably do is move to a counter mentality here. Somewhat more defensive. But with, you know, there's still a lot of possibility that we do a long bomb into the distance. Now, if this penalty goes in, it'll be basically impossible for us to win. Maybe we could draw it up. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, Well, that's fine. Again, mathematically, we don't need anything else for us to end up 3rd overall. So the outcome of this match doesn't matter, but I mean, this is still going to be disappointing. Let's be honest here. 2 matches in a row. But that's what happens. You know, B-teamer, and, you know, we're not necessarily using their strongest strategy because we're not using the people that we need to run that strongest strategy. I've got to be very careful about bombing our morale too low. I think, because this is the 3rd to last. So the 2nd to last game, I think I'm still going to use the flat 4-4-2. And like the proper flat 4-4-2 instead of our weird one. And our B-teamers. And the final one, we will go with our normal strategy. Wow, this Quiltongo guy is brutal. I wonder if I can poach him. He's probably too expensive. But man, could you imagine taking him? He's got some speed there. Seriously overrun in the midfield. Yeah. Yellow card for Morton. Yeah, this referee is super duper aggro. Doherty's getting a yellow. All right, listen. Aggressively, calm down. Stop drawing yellow cards. We can't have like a bunch of suspension or threats of suspension going into the finals. Okay, time for another sub. Probably just... I mean, if we're still concerned about warming people up, I guess the thing would be to swap out, yeah, Caleb Crane for possibly Paddy Boyle here for a little bit more of that. Free kicks. I think that'll be for us. He's going to have a word. What, are you going to throw out some more yellows? Like, oh my God. This referee, 4 yellow cards each, 8 in total. Actually, and I don't know if that counts Thorburns' effectively 2nd yellow card. I don't think so. Because this red card was effectively his 2nd yellow, I think. So 9 yellows overall. Just ridiculous. Good defending there by Jordan Hart. Absolutely. How did he miss that? Well, I mean, he did send it maybe a little bit easier. It's going to result in a corner. Always scary. That was a very close in. Gets deflected away. Doherty does make a bit of a threatening move, but he was never really seriously going to get there. Nicky Devlin clears the ball over to Gilmore. Excellent. And now we've got a throw in the opposition end. Doherty gets to McGuffey in front of things. I was going to say, beautiful passing opportunity to Crawford over here. And we've got suddenly a tie game from a beautiful, beautiful play here. Now, one more substitution. I think we'll wait... Actually, we could do it now, because there's going to be an opportunity to do a substitute as is. Probably, I was going to say, look for whoever's most tired, which I guess would be Ross Doherty, who, don't get me wrong, has played very well there. But we can bring in Andy Geoghegan, who's very comfortable in ball-winning midfielder role, and I think that's going to be good. If we can hold this to a draw, I think we'll feel good. It's going to be an away game, and it'll be, I guess, technically a comeback. Because we were down 1-0, then drew it up, then 2-1, then drew it up again. Yeah, overall, I think that feels very good. And with the away game, so It'll be interesting to see. Hopefully people come out of this with relatively decent morale. If we get scored on again, then maybe. It does suck. We don't have Gegan on here yet, because I did not make the substitute before the goal. There we go. The offside, there we go. That will be the whistle, so we can do a sub. There we are. And we are once again on the offense. Again, one man down. We scored one man down, although it was on, was it on a corner? I think it was on a corner. I'm not sure. Scullion moving the ball forward. Oh, gets a bit of a challenge there. And actually, Gilmore is able to stop Russell from getting the ball. Gets it back to Devlin, who throws it deep, but not to our team. We lose that header there, and Scullion's going to be in an opportunity to maybe do a cross now. Oh, well, there it is there. Are we going to be able to knock it away? Yes, Paddy Boyle looks like he gets his head on it. But we aren't able to clear it. That just goes wide, so that's going to be a goal kick. We don't even have to touch it to stop that, which is going to be nice. McDonough falls down a little bit. He's got a bruised head. We are nearly done with the end of the game. I suspect 3 minutes of added time. Actually, a lot can happen there. This has been a very volatile game, actually. And I mean, at 4 goals in, that's a lot of goals in one game. That combined with all the freaking yellow cards. Just incredible. I mean, I got to give him kudos for that. That was a beautifully executed play. Really disappointing that we don't end up with a draw, though. Extra time goal. So across from McGunn with his head knock over to Forbes. So this is Andy Geoghegan maybe not responding as quickly as we'd like. And Scullion is... See, Murphy, for some reason, is pulling away. I don't know why he's not doing that. Maybe we don't have to tightly mark. He's pretty damn close, though. And just the one time in. So really well done pass by Forbes, which requires no difficulty in handling it. Well, that's it. I mean, I suppose there's no reason not to just, like, go for the attack here. Throw people more forward. Thomas decides not to take the shot. I mean, I know he set the target man. But that's not shoot less. That's, no, oh, right. That's, that was a change to attacking, yeah. I'm going to do that and flexible as well. So, just go nuts. Andy Geoghegan. They haven't kicked in yet, but we are on a nice offense. Oh, that is a poorly executed pass from Boyle over to McDonough again with the head injury, who gets it up to Scullion, who just runs it in. Again, this is without me having gone to the attacking mentality, actually. Wow, this guy is so dangerous. Yeah, and we weren't actually marking. But, I mean, we had people there. He's just too damn fast. Tackle hard. That might have been one of the reasons for some of the things we got as well, but oh well. Oh well. Again, it doesn't really matter. The important thing here is to not walk away with too many injuries. Also, the important thing was to not walk away with too many goddamn cards, though. Scullion again. Paddy Boyle with an excellent interception. Really well done. Gets it over to Adams, who knocks it deep to McGuffey, who I believe might have won that to Thomas, who gets it wide. There's full time. I would have felt so good if we'd ended this with a 2-2 draw, but 2 at the end. So I'm going to go and be calmly. We're not good enough. There we go. Yes, steam motivated. I'm a little bit worried as to what the status of our team is in terms of... so Thornburn's banned for 1 match. That's it. Anyone else on a yellow warning? Caleb Crane still, and you're suspended there, but that's it. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. No one else being on a yellow warning is very important. Grant Thornburn's suspension for 1 game is not going to be relevant because it's going to be another game in the regular thing, and he'll still be available as some sort of substitute going forward. So that's going to be okay. So again, we have 2 more games to go. I'm going to go before we continue here. This is going to be at home against Hibernian, right? Yeah. So I'm going to be setting up a regular 4-4-2 with a counter structured mentality. I think you'll... I don't know, maybe not do work ball into box here because we actually might be a little bit more desperate for the shots. I think the whip crosses are still good. I think the more direct passing is still going to be fine. So we're going to do that here. And we are probably going to continue to mostly play the B-teamers. Or any of the A-teamers, actually, who's not like 97, 98% or something like that. We'll probably bring them in. Jordan Hart, I'm going to swap you out for Ross Doohan, So that's an example, right? Only at 94%. That's going to be fine. Nikki, we're still definitely going to play you there. As a central defender, we'll bring in definitely a Daryl McGatt to start at 94%. Peter Murphy, I think we'll still keep you in there for now. That's going to be fine. Caleb Crane with your yellow warning. I think it's still going to be in there. That's okay. So Ricky, who is still super good, but he's at 97%. We'll start him in our last game of the season. That's going to do fine. Robbie Crawford, 95%. Yes, we'll do that. We'll tweak some of these positions a bit. Because Robbie Crawford's a little bit more important, I think, than Brian Gilmore. He's a little stronger, so getting him match sharpness would be nice. Jamie Adams, likewise. We'd still like to get more. Is there a better role for Jamie, though? Only 2 stars in this role. No, that's fine. We'll see if we can tweak the individual sub roles going on. Ross Doherty's only at 80%. We definitely want you. Paul Kearney is actually not very comfortable in this wide role, but actually, there's no one who's really comfortable over there. Robbie Crawford a little bit more, but maybe with less ability. We could swap some things around. For now, I think I'm going to leave Kearney in here. Just get his sharpness up. Really, he's much, much better in the center itself, but that'll have to do. Jamie Thomas, we're going to swap you out for Craig Moore here. And Craig McGuffey, maybe we'll keep you in there, I suppose. Sucks about your morale dropping, but... that's going to be okay. Pick a player here. Maybe we'll... well, it's not going to be Grant Thorburn, obviously. Alan Forrest, you're not really going to have a good person to substitute. Well, that's not true. How good are you at playing in the middle right? It's weird. Like, it's listed as one of his things, but he's super not comfortable doing it. Although that might be as the wide midfielder. He might be more comfortable playing as a winger there. Still, your sharpness is okay-ish. I think it'll be fine because we are going to be starting you in the final game when we go back to our regular comp. I think I'm just going to throw Ricky Lamy in there as another substitute for the middle, and that'll be what we use against the Hibs here. Relatively defensively minded, not playing the A-team, expecting a loss. It would be nice if we won at home, just because it'll make our fans feel good. But this is all part of our greater strategy to go into the end here. Other than it would suck if we were just actively tanking our morale really, really hard here going into the playoffs. That could be problematic, but... hopefully not. Anyway, we'll wrap this up here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.